Well, over at the Children's Discovery Museum of the Desert, they've been undergoing major changes to make the museum bigger and better than ever. I sat down with the CEO to find out what those differences will be and when they plan to reopen. I'm very pleased to be joined by Cindy Burson, who's the Chief Executive Officer for the Children's Discovery Museum of the Desert, and the museum has been undergoing major changes as it prepares to reopen. Cindy, welcome back.
Thank you.
Obviously, one of the organizations I think hit hardest by the pandemic was the Children's Discovery Museum of the Desert. You guys really, you just had to close down and stop operations essentially.
That's right. A hands-on museum is not a great thing to have during a pandemic of this nature, so unfortunately we did have to close.
So you've put together a plan. Tell me a little bit about the plan to reopen and what the museum is going to look like going forward.
It's going to look amazing. So the plan actually came out of wanting to come out of the pandemic in a positive way. Instead of looking at it negatively, we wanted to take the opportunity and the pause to reinvent the museum. So we're reimagining the entire thing. A lot of our exhibits have been there for 2 decades. They've stood the test of time, but they're not necessarily relevant and technologically as savvy as a lot of kids are these days. So we have partnered with our original exhibitry company, and we are reinventing the museum to have 40 new exhibits in the first building alone. It's going to be sectioned off into different sections. There's going to be a lot of color, a lot of new things that you haven't seen before in the valley.
And we were just looking at some of the designs and the plans, and it looks amazing, but it all is going to take dollars and support from the community. Talk about the major fundraising effort that you are embarking on now.
This is true. Without our community support, it's all just a plan. But the first phase is going to be $3 million. So we have raised about $500,000 thus far, and we are doing everything from grassroots fundraising events, individual donors, grant writing, you name it, we're all about it right now. So we're looking for that support from our community.
And obviously, this is a vital resource, and I know this. My wife talks about this when her kids were little, and she was out here in the desert. You know, there's some hot summer days where you want to do something with the kids, but the living desert may not be an option. The Children's Discovery Museum is and needs to be again.
That's correct. And the Living Desert is a great option in the morning, and then come to the museum in the afternoon.
Right.
My kids love both. But yes, it's definitely a great resource for folks, and we're hoping to broaden our audience in the reopening as well, so that we can address ages that haven't been addressed before and where we have found some gaps in the informal learning venues.
So you're going to appeal to a broader range, age range of kids and students.
Correct. So the first phase is going to be in our main gallery. Will still be our bread and butter 0 to 8-year-olds, but thereafter the next couple of phases are going to be those sort of in-between and high school kids, addressing life skills and different types of programming that they'll be interested in, and then full families as well.
That's fantastic. But again, the price tag is significant. Are there specific ways that people can reach out and help right now?
The best way to help is to go to our website, which is cdmod.org, and there's a button right on there that makes it real easy for you to donate.
Okay, so again, and it's on the screen for you, cdmod.org. It's a vital resource for the families of the Coachella Valley, and it's one of those things that makes this a much family-friendlier place. So we need you guys to not just survive, but thrive.
Thank you very much.